Hello and welcome to the space that gives you inspiration on work, on life, and how to balance both worlds. Remember to catch a cup of coffee, your pen and your paper because it's gonna get serious. Anyway, today I would like us to talk about the tools that we use to help us be organized, to help us balance our work and our lives. I think tools are such a game changer. Tools are things that are other than yourself that you use to help you, right? So today let's talk a bit about them. And I've divided them into three. I've divided them into three. One is offline, two is online, three is physical. So when we talk about the physical tools that we use, I'm talking about the usual things that you use, like, for example, to mop your home or to mop your house, you use a rag, right? That's a tool. If you're washing dishes, you use a sink. That's a tool. If you are sweeping, you use a broom. That's a tool. But for the purposes of this video, I would like to take it a notch higher. I believe that if everybody is using a mop and using a broom and using a sink, we're all using the same 24 hours that God gave us the same way. And there's a big, huge need for us to be smart. Not to work hard, but to work smart. And I mean this also in our home, not only in our businesses. We've had people say that work smart, not hard. And I believe that the tools we use will determine whether or not we are working hard or we are working smart. So everybody uses a mop, right? As their tool. How about you used a hoover? Game changing. Why? It's more precise, it's more direct, it gets to the crevices and the corners that your mop wouldn't. In fact, if you had a mop, you'd have to go inside using your nails inside there. A hoover for your carpet instead of a scrubbing brush. What do you think? What about if for a sink you had a dishwasher? Cleaned up your things real quick, put them into a dishwasher, closed and walked away. Isn't that game changing? Isn't it taking it a notch higher? I believe the use of tools is to make our lives more efficient. If your tool is not helping you be efficient, then that's probably not the right tool to have. If to scrub takes you 1 hour, now it's time to look for a tool that will help you scrub for half the time. Because guess what? We have the same 24 hours as everybody else, but we've got to be smart with our 24 hours. I'll give you another example. Let me bring it down. Let me bring it to myself. I have tools for me personally, I have for my home, and I have for my business. So let me give them to you. In terms of my personal, I have things like, I've told you guys before, every month, actually every week, I'll have a home spa for myself, right? What does that mean? I'm going to steam my face. So instead of having a bucket, where I go, I steam water. That's going to take me about 5 minutes. Put it into a bucket. Then I wait for it to cool, but so that it's not too hot for my face, right? Then I get a blanket. Then I scoot over my bucket, put my face under. Too hot. Get up, wait for the steam to cool. Come back in. Too hot. Wait for the steam. I got a facial steamer. Game changer. Half the time it would I would use to steam my face before was halved just by having a facial steamer. Another one that I want to get is a hair cap, a heating cap for my hair. And I promised myself I'm going to get it. Why? My hair and Bianca's hair is natural. Wash day, our wash day takes us days. My wash day is one, Bianca's wash day is one, and yet we wash once a week. So before you know it, we can't wash once a week because it takes so much time just to wash our hair. In the wash day hair process, do you know what takes the most time? Heating up the hair. So if I get this heating cap, it halves the time that I use usually putting buvedas and tons on buvedas, polythene bags I mean, on our heads. In our home, most people have a cooker, a fridge, but I took things a notch higher when it came to washing clothes. It's like washing clothes takes you a whole day if you're doing it on your own, or even if you have somebody doing the washing. It takes like a whole day. How can we have that time? Use a washing machine, okay? Blending, using a blender. Microwave. I think the microwave for me is it has the most turnover in our home because, again, like I've shared with you guys, I batch cook. So we do a lot of microwaving and heat and defrosting and frothing using the microwave. So the microwave for us is a game changer. And I've told you guys I'm saving up for a dishwasher and a hoover because I still need to shorten the amount of time we use to do certain tasks. And how am I going to do it? Using machinery. In my business, there's things like CCTV. Oh well, there was things since it was closed. But there were things like CCTV. And I had access to it on my phone. PS, you can actually have the same system from Sekanyolia Systems because we do actually have it here at home. Yeah, they set us up, they hooked us up, CCTV everywhere. You can access it right here on the phone. See what's happening even when we are not at home on our phones. That is using a tool wisely. Okay, you can also have door systems. Instead of telling your staff members, now when you come, write your name, what time you came, use door systems. And meanwhile, these things, in your mind, I tell you they are expensive, but they are not for the price you pay for not having them, but also secondly, they are not as expensive as you think they are. Things like intercoms in your business. Why are you shouting your secretary's name from your office? Where? Come! Did you see the email? Really? And ask we are there? Ask the guests we are there? I bet you, I kid you not. These tools are affordable if you save for them. But that's on the machinery. But then there's some offline tools that you can use. So, for example, myself. Let's talk about the offline tools that I use. I call them analog. Personally, I have something that I use that's called a brain dump. A brain dump notebook is probably, for me, the biggest game changer in my life, especially for those of us that are prone to things like anxiety, depression, we think too much. A brain dump is amazing. This notebook is what I use to write everything that's on my mind. My dreams, my visions, my hopes, my fears, my plans, my to-dos, what I didn't get done, what I did, everything. I empty out my brain. And I do this every day before I go to bed, or at least every morning when I wake up, but usually every day before I go to bed. And I usually can tell that I did brain dump when I go to bed and I'm thinking about too much. I'm just like, my mind is all over the place, thinking things that I should put into my brain dump notebook. Another thing that I have is a planner or a calendar, a huge one that we place in our home that has everything that we need to do every day for the entire year. So when do I have a date with Brian? When do I have a date with Blake? When do I have a date with Bianca? When do I have a date with both of them? When are we visiting grandma? When do they have a sleepover? When am I visiting grandpa? When are we visiting uncle? Whose wedding is coming up? Whose birthday is it? When is everything? When are we going to a getaway with the husband? When am I going away to plan? When am I going to launch a product? When am I going to stop the launch of a certain product? When am I going to start filming a certain product? When is my brand shoot? When do I have my self-care days and my grooming days? All of that in a calendar app for everybody else to see. Now, if you come to my home and you look at the calendar, you can tell, oh, today is this day, so Manuela is here, Blake is here, oh, Bianca is here, oh, Brian is here. Why? And a planner or even a calendar, like a real calendar on your desk, a desk calendar. Yeah, mine is closed off now because, well, we moved. I don't know where it is. No, of course I do, but not using it. Business, for business, there's things like reports, having reports. Those are offline tools that you can use. So your meeting reports, your sales reports, your marketing reports, all of those ones are important. But more importantly for me are templates. I love templates. What's our sales report template? So that when any salesperson comes in, I just send them the template. When any marketing person comes in, I send them the marketing template. When anybody, that template, when somebody is going to write the minutes for a meeting, I send them the template. Hi, you're going to write the meeting minutes. Here is a template for you to use. And they can see it, it's clear. It says, agenda is this, names of people present, names of people absent, discussion point, agenda item, discussion, action points. That's it. And they have it in a table format. They get it immediately. Another tool that we use that we've talked about at home is the home organization tool. Meal edition, home edition, we have a tool, an actual tool, like you will see it, it's there on the fridge, which shows you what we are going to eat on this day at this time, breakfast, what fruits, what vegetables, all of those ones are on our home organization tool, meal edition. On our home organization tool, home edition, it shows us what we are cleaning this month, what we are cleaning next month, what we are focusing on next quarter, all of us in the house. If you read the tool, the home organization tool, you can tell that this is what we're doing, right? The hot recipes edition. Okay, so rice can be cooked in a gazillion ways. So having a recipe book of sorts is absolutely important. Now you can tell, oh, okay, I can cook all of this. There are all these different ways I can cook rice. Before you know it, for 10 weeks, for just having 10 different recipes, you have 10 different kinds of rice. Wow, that must blow your mind, doesn't it? Because for me, I'm just like, wow, tools are important. And then there's the digital ones, the online, the mobile apps. Gosh, I love mobile apps, because the one thing I love about the mobile tools or mobile apps or online tools actually is that they give you the opportunity to automate. I'll give you an example. I personally, for those of you in business, if you get into the description box, click the link for the home organization tool, tap pay, you get and you make your payment through Flutterwave. Seconds later, you will get your home organization tool. And I kid you not, I'm not there waiting for your payment to send you the home organization tool. No, the process has been automated. Where there's internet, the ability for you to automate how your tools work, for me, is a game changer. I use something called Zapier, okay? So Zapier connects my Flutterwave account onto which you pay. Immediately you make payment like this, it speaks into my Dropbox app, right? In my Gmail account, picks up the home organization tool or meal edition or home organization tool, recipes edition, or whichever it is that you've bought, picks it up from inside my Dropbox, enters into my Gmail, and then sends you the home organization tool. So even if you made payment at 2 a.m., guess what? You're still going to get it. But more importantly, at 2 a.m., while I sleep, I make money. Because it's automated. Do you see? Do you see, guys? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the importance of these online tools, these mobile apps? The opportunity for you to make passive income, to make money as you sleep is big, okay? So I want to share with you a few of my favorite mobile apps. Although for those of you in business, I want you to watch the video that I did on mobile apps I use in my business. I'll leave it in the description box below or somewhere up here. Personally, I use my Google Calendar. My Google Calendar is also synced with my AppointFix calendar. So for many of you, when I say, you can give me a call, we can meet, the link I'll give you is connected to my Google Calendar. So immediately you get into AppointFix, put in your name, put in your whatever, why you want to see me, it will send a notification to my Google Calendar and fix you in. Because I don't usually look at my AppointFix calendar, but I look at my Google Calendar. I use my clock a lot. The clock on my phone, I have a host of alarms. I showed you an alarm the last time we were together. I have a host of alarms to let me know what it is that I'm supposed to do at whatever times. Even the kids know. They're like, "Mommy, your alarm." And I'm like, "Thank you." Because for me, it is my cue that I need to be doing something else. I've told you guys about my alarm that wakes me up. It's called Alarmy. Because I'm such a heavy sleeper and I love sleep, I have to use Alarmy. It's loud and I have to calculate math equations in the morning. Guys, by the time I'm done at 4 a.m. calculating 5 math equations, board math or divisions, I'm awake, wide awake. There's no way I can go back to sleep. Another one that I have, I'm looking here because I might forget, is something called Todoist. Todoist is like my to-do list. Everything that I want to write, everything that I need to get done, I just put it in my app, in that app called Todoist, and when I get it done, I, clear it off. Another one that I use is something called Your Hour, which tells me I'm spending too much time on my phone in a certain app, and I need to move on. It even gives me challenges to use a certain app for only a certain specific period of time. I'm like, yo. Or a challenge that it keeps that app closed for a certain specific period of time, or the entire phone off for a specific period of time. I have focus to do, which helps me to focus on particular tasks for 25 minutes, then rest for 5 minutes, then 25 minutes I work, then rest for another 5 minutes, then 25 minutes I work, then rest for 5 minutes. That's the app Focus to Do. I use Audible. I use my Samsung Notes a lot. I use Samsung Notes a lot. For my business, I've already told you guys, please watch my video on business apps I use to help me reduce the cost of hiring labor. So that's it, guys. Tell me, what apps do you use? What tools do you use, either online, offline, or physical, in terms of machinery, that helps you shorten the amount of time you would have usually used on one task, even by half? I really, really want to know, because I'm all about making mamahood and life easier so that I can balance this thing called work and life. Now, I've already told you guys, in the description box is links for you to purchase the home organization tool, meal edition, recipes edition, and home edition. The meal edition is over 365 days worth of meal combinations you can have at your home. Local Ugandan food that you can have in your home. It also includes things like fruits and vegetables and snacks and breakfasts, all in the home organization tool or the hot meal edition. There's also the hot recipes edition, because you can cook rice a gazillion different ways, beans a gazillion different ways, you can cook anything, chicken a gazillion different ways. So what we've done is we've gotten these different recipes that we eat inside our hotels, made them local, meaning you can get the ingredients in your local market, and we also have that for you. We also have the home organization tool, or the hot home edition, on how to organize and keep your home organized. Lastly, 29th to 31st of October is the annual personal planning getaway at Nyange Resort. You can attend online, residential or non-residential. Until next time, I can't wait to